you move. I can try, but I can't hide it from you. 'Cause I can't wait for you. I can't wait for you.
The OPDL will bring a true high-performance, standards-based league to Ontario for the very first time.
The creation of the OPDL is one of the most important initiatives in OSA history. Much more than simply a league, the OPDL will become a centerpiece of our entire high-performance pathway.
It's about developing players that are technically proficient, innovative, creative, confident, and just good people as well.
The OPDL program is working. It's providing heightened opportunity for Ontario's top players, but also top coaches and match officials as well. The system of Ontario soccer has benefited immensely from not only the standards, but the culture that's been enshrined in the game here through the OPDL.
So we need to keep challenging ourselves, poking and prodding ourselves to grow, because that's what a true high-performance culture is.
It's the only way you can actually move forward with quality environments, quality people, delivering every day what needs to be delivered to those keen kids that want to excel.
Welcome back to the Zinkin Automotive Soccer Center here in Vaughan, Ontario for this boys under 17 2024 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield final between Ottawa South United and Toronto High Park FC. Proudly supported by its premier partners, Toronto FC and the Canadian Premier League, Ontario Soccer is celebrating both the culmination of a riveting season as well as the successful 10 years of the OPDL during this beautiful fall weekend. We had ourselves a great opening match here, and we're going to be having a thriller here on a windy and cool Saturday morning here in Vaughan, Ontario for this match. Martin Ohms here on the play-by-play commentary. So you have a take a look here there on the temperatures. It's about 10 degrees, but say it feels a little bit cooler, and you've got about a little bit of slight wind going towards the goal on your left on your screens at home. Let's go ahead here and introduce the two teams first of all here as they're getting announced here as you see on your screens at home. We'll be starting with the team in all black. That is Ottawa South United. They're going to be coming in with a perfect start of the season and a premier record of 7-1-1. They defeated Woodbridge 5-1 in their semi-final victory as they'll be led in goal by number 1 Austin Wood. In front of them we'll be having Alton Gaspar, Thomas Rochon, Luca Levillain, Reynaldo Abraham, Devesh Dashyantan, Victor Galliano, Jahim Hoindo, Jael Ba, Nathan Akolina, and Ralph Kuris round out the starting 11 for OSU, coached by Emilio Milan. They're missing 3 players on that lineup. Luca Ugarte is suspended for this match, and Luke Cooper Pears and Travis Aaron, although on the bench, are both going to be out of the game with injuries. They won't be here playing in this match. As again, move on towards the team in red and black. It is Toronto High Park FC with a record of 7 wins, 2 draws, and no losses. In their starting 11, we'll have Liam Gass in goal. In front of them will be Austin Phillips, Spencer Leonard, Bernardo D'Andrea, Thomas Vranesic, Julian Link, Theodore Zarofsky, Ethan Pananen, Gus Turnbull, Evan Morrell, and Ryan Jalali round out the starting 11, coached by Eden Kozica. For Toronto High Park FC, they defeated Vaughan 2-0 in their match, as they did not have a great start of the season. 4 wins and 3 losses. And then the second half of the season, something just clicked for this Toronto High Park team, as they have not lost a game since June 15th against Unionville. They've been on an absolute tear in this second half of the season, as we have the opening introductions of both teams. As we, of course, this event would not be possible without our key partners. Toronto FC is the official founding premier partner of Ontario Soccer, as well as the official founding premier partner of the Ontario Player Development League, the province's youth high performance program. Their commitment to the game in Ontario is unrivaled. Visit TorontoFC.com for tickets and more. And of course, the Canadian Premier League, the CPL, on behalf of its Ontario-based member clubs, Forge FC, York United FC, and Let's Go Ottawa, are also premier partners of Ontario Soccer and co-presenting partners of the OPDL. For updates and more information, please go to canpl.ca. And as well, you can see on your screens back at home, now for the first time in the history of the event, Essential Charity has been chosen through a poll of almost 200 OPDL teams, proudly selecting sick kids to be the beneficiary of 50% of the funds raised over the course of the weekends. Fans at home, please help us break last year's record of over $14,000 raised by donating, purchasing merchandise, and participating in our silent auction through that QR link you just saw, which features great prizes like a signed Canada Soccer National Team jersey on the men's and women's, a signed jersey from Lorenzo Insigne, buying some CanPL jerseys, and more. Simply click on the QR link that will appear throughout the broadcast to get the donation page. We'll have a little bit of a brief break here for the national anthems, and we'll be underway here shortly. And there is the Canadian national anthem as the two teams will shake hands with the referees for this afternoon's match and the opposing team. The referees are Saman Sultani, Yuri Fedorak, Stefan Pachois, and the fourth official is Matthew Hawkins. These two teams faced off in the OPDL season. It was OSU who took home the first battle of the two teams back in May. It was Carvalho with the single goal and a 1-0 victory for them. As it was in the second meeting in August 17th, it was High Park who took home a 2-1 victory with Turnbull and Morrell picking up the 2 goals for High Park and Galloway picking up the single goal for OSU. Key players to look out for on both teams on High Park. You're looking at those top 2 players. You're looking at Pananen and Morrell. 9 goals apiece for High Park FC on their season. They've been definitely have some great depth in scoring, and they're not afraid to find a different player to get them that goal in the back of the net. On the OSU side, a lot of the attention will be at that number 17. That's Reynaldo Abraham, leading the OPDL with 37 goals this season. But most importantly, in those two previous matchups between these two teams, no goals for Abraham. So he's definitely going to want to get off the mark here against this very tough Hyde Park team who has been unstoppable since August. Well, really, you could say since July, and wanting to see if he can get some goals on the back of the net for his team. See the final words here as seeing the Hyde Park holding that banner as well as the season champions. Going on that huge undefeated run at the end of the season, they finished with in the Premier Division with 7 wins and 2 draws. Only 5 goals against in those games, so they did pick home the championship banner for their season play and hoping to see if they can take home the season championship as well. Interesting fact, we had the OPDL Cup earlier in the season and neither of these two teams were there. It was actually Vaughan who lost in the semifinals against this Hyde Park team who won the OPDL Cup with a 2-1 victory over Aurora. So OSU in their first one here, as you see the wind picking up here, and that's what's leading to the words, the teams switching sides. So Hyde Park has taken the wind advantage as the wind is going towards the near corner on the left side of your field. So OSU will be having the wind against them going towards that near corner for this first half. It will be Ottawa South United in the All Blacks going from your left to your right on your screens at home, and in the red and black is Hyde Park. They'll be going from your right to your left. As the referee Soltani gets ready to get this action away with 2 halves of 45 minutes for a total of 90 minutes. And we're underway with the boys under 17 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield. This game does remain tied after the 90 minutes. We will go straight towards penalties, as we've seen some very close, low-scoring matchups between these two teams. That first goal will be very important. Otherwise, you could be seeing this one go down to the absolute wire, as we see some early possession here for OSU, who is going to have a bit of a gauntlet here. Ottawa South United playing 5 straight games here in the Gary Miller Charity Shield, having an astounding season in the OPDL in their various boys and girls divisions. As we see a opening, great chance as that ball goes right across the goal area. 2 black jerseys were in tight, but unable to tap it home was Jail Ba, who was in tight to try and see if he can get to that one. Doshientin will reset it here with Hoindo, as OSU with some good early possession, as they saw a nice run coming down that left flank to get that opening opportunity, as we see them trying to continue to pass this ball around and look for the space, not trying to force it over midfield. Doshientin all the way back towards his defense as they'll chip it forward towards Rochon. Rochon can't control it and trying to go quickly as Morel, he's going to chip this one forward for Hyde Park and just continues to roll away, and that's a little bit of that wind there for Turnbull as he was hoping for that ball to settle, but just continues to roll away from him. They got that wind advantage and they'll help them on their kicks going forward. They're going to have to be prepared and adjust to that ball to continue to get itself going forward, as here it's getting headed on again. And Morel's going to run onto this one. It's a foot race. Morel's got himself some space on the edge of the penalty area. He's looking for some support. He's got a player just on the edge of the penalty area. Can't find him, but the attack will still continue here with Link. Link will cross this one in. Finds Morel, who puts it towards the penalty mark. You can't find Turnbull on either opportunity, however, and OSU will recover. A little bit of a frantic couple opening minutes, but like you said, these two teams know how important that first goal is. They wanted to put the pressure here early before both teams get warmed up. Tough touch here for Doshientin, and his pass gets intercepted there by Vanesic. He's going to chip it forward for Turnbull, who goes it over to the right side for Pannanen. Pannanen has got about 3 or 4 black jerseys all around him. They've got done some good job here early, has Hyde Park winning the ball, but just haven't been able to get the jerseys forward on a counterattack opportunity just yet. And don't forget, today's OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield action is fueled by Gatorade, scientifically formulated, so you never stop competing. As there's the goalkeeper for High Park. That is Liam Glass. He's got himself 8 clean sheets on the season. As they're going to send a long ball down the line. They're going to utilize that wind, and Link will be able to run onto this one on the edge of the penalty area. He'll collide in towards Gianten, and it will deflect off of the OSU player and out for a corner kick. Hearing some good noise coming in, stomping of the bleachers. OSU coming out here in force, as is the High Park fans. Trying to stay as warm as possible, so you know that's one way to stay warm. Make noise, move around. See, we'll have a little bit of that wind possibly going against them on this side on the corner kick, as you see the wind on the corner flag. Players are lined up towards that far post. As it's a looping one towards that far post, they will be able to head that one aside. Who got the final touch? And the assistant referee will say it's a corner kick on the other side. It was a good battle towards that far post as the goalkeeper wasn't able to get to it. So as the player who was hanging on that far post, that was Alton Gaspar, who was forced to clear that one aside. As Zarofsky will get ready to take this corner kick. This time it's going to be on an outswinger. It's going to be a low drive to the top of the penalty area. It's going to be a fake, and they had a great idea. Gus Turnbull, though, will fire that one over the bar, but that was planned there with Pannanen making a nice run. Nobody picked up on that run, so it was a zonal marking system there for OSU. So they weren't keeping an eye on these players on the top of the penalty area, and that had players bite towards the run from Pannanen. And Turnbull, though, leaned back a little bit too much, and he fired it over. Good idea, though, from High Park, as he's trying to get some fancy set pieces. As taking the eye off the ball there was Aquilina, was looking up to see where he should play the next pass, but unfortunately the ball rolled under his foot before he can retrieve it. So High Park will get themselves the throw-in. OSU trying to clear it away. They'll kick it as far as Gador Evangelista. Controlled by Vranesic. Gador Evangelista towards Link. Gonna reset this one all the way back towards Leonard. As Glass sees the run coming in from Link once again. And try to play towards the corner. Link, though, can't reach it. And they know that wind is going towards that corner, so they're going to try to get that speed of Julian Link as much as he can going down that line as he continues to find himself in some space there. Is Link, as you get a good look at him, the flowing hair, you'll see that going if he continues to get the through balls down that line. The Shanton back for Hoindo. The two players will pass it around to get themselves a little bit of space to get around this near corner, as they'll be able to kick it towards the midfielder. But Leonard, the center back, it looks like he has moved up the field there, as he was able to poke that ball free. It's getting a little bit slow to get up off of that was Evan Morrell, but he looks to be okay, and he's able to continue on. Looked like he might have got a stray elbow to the lip, and he was just making sure he was all right. Everything still in place. Aquilina trying to tell his midfielders where to go in front of him, give him some options up the field, as him and Hoindo continue to pass the ball around, and the passing just hasn't been there for Ottawa South United. You're seeing a little bit of lapses of concentration there on the passes, just from short distances, And they're going to want to see if they can improve that, as High Park will get themselves the throw in. Like we were saying, with the wind, the ball will travel just a little bit faster than they normally would expect. As you see a nice sliding challenge, that was all ball there from Ba. As Link tried to leave that one for his teammate to get to Morel, but he wasn't able to reach it. So with that ball moving a little bit faster, players just have to be on their toes a little bit earlier to be able to get onto that one. And that was shot what took a deflection off the foot of Leonard, as Alton Gaspar was carrying that one, and it looked like a harmless shot, but it took a deflection off the foot of Leonard and forced glass. His body was already going one way, and he had to quickly shift his feet to get his momentum to go in the opposite direction to dive and make that one. So it didn't look like it was too much trouble for a goalkeeper, though. Making a change of direction is always a little bit difficult just because of where your weight is planted on your foot. Good foot in there by Merle. He's going to put this one in towards Pannanen, and a couple of sliding challenge though from Aquilina is able to keep that ball in front of him. I see some good defensive work coming in from both teams as the ball will go out to the far side for throw-in. Good fake there from Leonard, had the player jumping. As OSU will now try to get this one go quickly the other way. This is a long run up the field for Curry to be able to get, and Curry will be able to get to that one. He's going to leave this one back in for Abraham. We were talking a lot about him pre-game. Have to see him get more involved into this game. As here comes a cross from him. He has an open player jumping out his glass. The ball is still loose, but unable to hit it in was Galliano. As looking in tight there was Thomas Rachon, and he wasn't able to get a touch onto that one as Liam Glass jumped out in front of the Ottawa attacker, as he was able to find the ball after the second opportunity with Galliano wasn't able to be put home. And we were just mentioning, though, with Abraham, wanted him to get involved in the first half. Didn't see many touches in the opening 10 minutes from their leading goal scorer. And his first opportunity on the ball was able to make a great opportunity for his team. Can't lose eyes on that number 17. As once again, the Ottawa player smartly here, they saw that High Park was getting a lot of the momentum. Let's slow the play down, go to our pace, and go back to what we were doing in the opening minutes. Continue to pass the ball around, find the avenue, not force it up the field. Fortunately, that pass was forced and led right back towards High Park possession as Leonard doesn't get a good touch onto that one. He turns it right over towards Galliano. Rochon. Yeah, chip this one forward and towards the corner for Buck. Can he reach it? Yes, he will. Just be able to keep that one right by the corner flag. As it gets crossed in, header will get reached as that's a looping one, but it'll just go over the bar. Not able to get enough power and get over that one. But Ottawa getting themselves in towards this game, and they're starting to create some chances towards the goal of Liam Glass and the Toronto High Park FC team. These two teams, at the beginning of the season, they get placed in towards the West and East divisions. It's more of like a seeding position where they get to play in all the teams in their location-based areas, and then the two teams get, the two divisions get separated based on their skill and towards the Premier and Trim divisions. Of course, these teams finished in the top two positions in the Premier division, but in the early part of the season, there was a perfect record for OSU with 9 wins, no losses, no draws, and for High Park FC, it was 4 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses, fairly mid-table, and then, like we said, something clicked as soon as they got to that Premier Division. The competition stepped up, and so did they, with a record of 7 wins, 2 draws, and no losses on the second part of the season. As you see a long ball all the way up the field down the right side. Trying to keep that one in is Phillips, but it'll hit it off the defender, and Phillips will win his team another corner kick. OSU continued on with a great record in Premier themselves. 7 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. That 1 loss was against this High Park team. As we take a look at towards the replay on the last opportunity for Ottawa South United right before that corner kick. It was that cross from Abraham, and Glass at the last second just jumped in front of the attacker. Did well there, did the High Park keeper. Zadowski finds the header. There's a shot there. Couldn't direct it onto goal, though. D'Andrea had that one fall towards his foot. If got towards just around that penalty mark. Trying to see who that was. I think yeah, that was Leonard who had the first opportunity. Him fanning on it fell its way towards D'Andrea, and he just couldn't get the full foot on it as he was hoping to go for the laces, and he just got a little bit more on the outside of his foot and had it curl away from goal. Approaching the 15th minute mark in these boys under 17 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield. No score so far between Toronto High Park FC and Ottawa South United. It'll be Giancarlo Godora Evangelista with the ball for High Park. As you see a little bit of a run there. Nice switch run from Pannanen. Snuck in behind, trying to chip it forward towards Link. Link has been a great player to link up with. He has been continuously making runs down the line. But Pannanen being sneaky, he was over on the far side of the field, made a nice cutting run in behind towards this near side, and he was able to get himself some space to get onto that through ball to create that opportunity and try to set up an opportunity there with Julian Link. So this OSU team took down Woodbridge in a comfortable 5-1 victory in the semifinal as that ball hits the referee. Abraham picked up 2 goals. Courrier, Levelin, and Rochon picked up the goals for Ottawa South United, while Toronto High Park FC was a 2-0 victory over Vaughan, the OPDL Cup champions. It was Merluzzi and Brussels who picked up the goals in that one. Both those 2 players starting on the bench for High Park FC. Ba for Ottawa. Nice pass in for Gaspar. And it's going to be a foul. Just great striking range, I would say, here. And it's close enough to be able to go towards the goal on this free kick opportunity, as Gaspar was going towards the goal and just got a little bit of a touch from behind from Vanesic. As Liam Glass is looking to set up the wall with 4 players. No surprise, it would be Reynaldo Abraham on top of the ball here to take this free kick for Ottawa South United. And with the player of his caliber we've seen, he is definitely going to go for goal on this one. The boot from Abraham hits the post. Glass was following that one. Abraham got it nicely played over the wall, but just struck off the outside of the iron. And it rolls its way out by the High Park defense, and a great opportunity, closest chance of the game from Abraham with a great set piece opportunity. A potent goal scorer getting his job done, as no call there from the referee. And it's going to go against Ottawa. And a lot of people were expecting a call on the first collision there, play continued on, and the referee will call the second foul on the play in favor of High Park. Leonard with the long ball up was looking to try to get towards Pennanen, but it was just struck a little bit too hard for the High Park striker. And I'll put it right back in towards the Ottawa possession. Again, High Park do have that wind advantage they want to make full use of, as that one went out of play before that pass was played on, so it will be a High Park throw-in. Leonard trying to switch the ball over towards the far side. It's going to find its way towards Phillips. Phillips will chip this ball forward. Pennanen will find it, but it's going to be offside, as he was just in behind Hoindo. Good opportunity there, as the two, normally you expect, especially in this game, taller, faster strikers, but these guys are wiry ones. You have a look there on the play, but the foul occurred after the ball went out of play, so that's what led towards the High Park throw-in. But yeah, we were saying the High Park strikers, although they don't have the height, they definitely have the speed, pace, and eye on the game. Good read of where to be and position themselves on the pitch. That through ball was left by Aquilina, but shifting over was Hoindo, as he'll be able to play back towards his keeper. Under some pressure here is the defense, and it's going to be picked up here by Morel. Morel trying to drive his way forward, but Deshanton does well, and he'll shut down that opportunity by poking that ball away, as High Park will get themselves a throw-in. But a little bit of a dangerous back pass there, as the right back, though, was the first one to recover for Ottawa. Ontario Soccer values fair play, and we share this common passion with our partners from Respect and Support, the leading e-learning platform for the prevention of bullying, abuse, harassment, and discrimination. Learn more about their programs and start your Respect education journey today at respectgroupinc.com. Here's Ba. He'll get himself some space in the midfield, as Gaspar is going to let that one go through towards his opposing midfielder, as you see some good passes go around midfield. And there's a shot from range, but Glass will be able to see that one, as Ralph Curry got a little bit of ambition there on his left foot. And Glass had plenty of time to shift over to make that block, but not a good clearance as they turn it over straight towards Abraham. And he caught Glass flat-footed on that one, as that one nearly missed the far post. Not too sure how that looked for you guys back home. That was a lot closer. As we take a look at the replay, looked very harmless, just a pass on the back line. Leonard tried to clear it away, but he cleared it right towards the last player you want to, in Abraham. And that one did not miss the post by much. And seen a lot of chances happen as teams trying to play it out of the back, but they have to make sure getting some good, strong passes going amongst their defensive partners, or else these turnovers will start to cost either team. Referees getting yelled at by the High Park faithful, looking for a foul, but the referee says there was nothing there. The hands are up on Abraham, on DeAndrea, and the Ottawa will get themselves a throw-in. Seeing a couple players check in, and this one will be finding its way towards Corey, who tries to kick it over his head towards a dangerous area, as Link will be the player who will pick up onto this one, as he'll hit it up as far as Turnbull, and they won't be able to get it by Aquilina, as As Ottawa looks to try to continue its way forward, but Link, that guy's just been absolutely everywhere in this first half, trying to do everything, and that's going to be offside for Pananen. Tried to time his run to sneak him through, and he knew it right away. He looked up, looked towards the assistant referee, and knew he took maybe a step too early there. But again, the tenacity from Julian Link to be able to win that ball and continue that run was key so far. Link looked like he might have caught a little bit of the shin pad. Referee, though, said no. Play continued as this ball is going to get cleared up as far as Hoindo. Putting hands up in frustration, feeling he's getting himself knocked over. Referee, though, saying all is good, and the pressure's getting put on towards the backline, and that one will get called as Zarofsky falls down with Curry. And you hear the Ottawa coaching staff behind telling them put the pressure on, push. As soon as that short pass is played, go on the attack. Good job there from Gaspar, gets a good round of applause, but Curry knew he was in an offside position. Tried to get himself back on side, but wasn't able to do so. Glass taking the safe choice, kicking this one up towards the midfield, and he does find a red jersey as Morel does a nice play to get around the first player, but couldn't keep his balance to get through the second player, not shown. Reaching the 25th minute mark here in this boys under 17 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield. It is no scores so far between Ottawa South United and Toronto High Park FC. So probably expected between, as we see some very close matches between these two teams, this could definitely be the making of a one-goal game. It's going to be who's going to make that mistake or who's going to be making that great opportunity. We saw some good opportunities for both teams. Obviously, the best opportunity going for Abraham and Ottawa with his free kick hitting off the post. As you see a nice chip pass forward for Ba. Ba trying to shake and bake on the edge of the penalty area. Can't get that one for a cross as that one was just too far away from him. And he gets a little bit of a high five from Gador and Evangelista, both of them acknowledging some strong play from either player. Rochon. Curry. This pass is too strong though, and Gaspar is going to have to run back and retrieve it. But it's a nice chip forward for Curry. Gets her behind the defense. Can't pull the trigger though, can Curry? He was looking for that open avenue onto goal, but as soon as that ball got past Leonard, had to try to take that one first time. He just had left it for too much time here as he was trying to see if he can get it by the defense. And it allowed for enough time for Gador Evangelista to poke that ball away for a corner kick. The in-swing towards the near post, can't get it over the head of Link. And Pananen will hit this one up the field. It's going to be too far, though, for Zarofsky to be able to reach. And he's just going to get himself back into position as this one goes around midfield. Ottawa will continue to knock it around on their backline. Besides Abraham, you had Carvalho, who had 10 goals themselves on the season. Curry with 8 his own. I saw Curry with a good opportunity just a moment ago. So they do have options on secondary scoring. Does Ottawa. That's Rochon did well to get himself some space in the midfield. Lots of space for the midfielder. He's going to continue to take it. Marchand still going with it. Now try to find someone to leave it off towards. But he has that ball find its way down his foot, and he gets tripped up, and Zarowski not happy. As it's just an unlucky play there for the High Park player, tripping the Ottawa attacker. He will pick up a yellow card. Will be Theodore Zarowski. Number 8 for High Park for that challenge. Just had that ball bounce away from him and just continue to bounce back and forth between the two teams. And unfortunately, he tripped up the Ottawa player. That was Gaspar, and that's what led to the first booking for referee Soltani. We saw how well he did on the first free kick opportunity, did Abraham. Struck the post on the previous opportunity. What will he try to do at this time? 5 players in the wall, much closer than the previous chance. He tries again, takes a deflection, lays, big save from Glass though. It took a deflection off the wall, fell perfectly towards Le Villain. And his shot, though, gets deflected aside by Glass. And the second opportunity will get caught by Glass. The Toronto High Park goalkeeper keeping his team in this game with a huge save off Luca Le Villain from point blank range. Abraham, a nice set piece, but the wall did its job. It deflected its way right towards that open Ottawa player. Play continues on as it finally gets its way out for a throw-in. Let's take a look here towards Jailba as he's going to try to see if he can get this ball off the throw-in, and he will. Sees that run coming in from Corey, and Corey looked up. He just has a single play. He wants to see what type of space he had. He looked up to see where the opponent was, and when he looked up, that ball just skipped past his foot. And it'll get it cleared aside for another Ottawa throw-in. Window back towards the Shenton. Gaspar. Movement around the back line still. As probably these two players in Aquilina and Hoindo probably have touched the ball the most in this opening half. As they finally try to get that one towards midfield, and some quick one-touch passing gets intercepted by Hoindo, and he's going to join on the attack as this one goes played in towards Bao on the right side, but his shot will go off the side netting. The center back for Ottawa, good heads-up play from him, saw the quick one-touch passing and went quickly the other direction, and it fed its way towards Ba, who tried that one-footed shot just off the side. Canada Soccer's men's national team will return to Toronto next month as it hosts the home leg of its 2024-2025 CONCACAF Nations League quarterfinal series on Tuesday, November 19th at BMO Field, as Team Canada will be taking on Suriname in their home-legged match. Secure your seats for this massive match via CanadaSoccer.com and support Canada as the journey towards the 2026 FIFA World Cup continues. Looks like we're going to have a substitution upcoming for High Park, quickly having a player run towards midfield, so I'm not too sure if this one was a planned one. As the fourth official saying, no, you have to make sure, have to call for the substitution ahead of time. Fourth official's got to approve the player. And now that they got everything ready, here comes the substitution. It's going to be number 6, Joaquin Clark. And Theodore Zarowski, the player who picked up the yellow card, will check out of the game. So Clark in for Zarofsky. As we continue here with Vranesic. He'll play it back towards the link in High Park. Keeper Glass will kick this one towards midfield. And Deshanton can't control that one, and this is going to allow a run for Link once again. Link with a lot of space down the left line. He's going to take this one in, finds a man, is still loose, shot, goal! Gus Turnbull puts it home. And it just started with the misplay on the backline from the clearance from Glass. That allowed a through ball to get played in for Julian Link. And Link saw his man coming across the middle of the field. Pananen hit it back, and Aquilina couldn't control it as Turnbull will fire it into the open goal. As his goal in the 33rd minute puts Toronto High Park FC in the lead. And this boys under 17 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield. It was a great run from Link. I thought he was probably going to take another touch or two, drive his way through the penalty area. But that ball fortunately found its way towards its man as it gets put towards the goal. As the fourth official and the referee Soltani having a little bit of a conversation here after that goal, as the kickoff is delayed slightly. As the referee is going towards the book. And it's going to be a yellow card going to one of the players on the bench. I'm not too sure which player that is right now. Maybe I think one of the players right on the field. And it was Zarofsky. It's a second yellow. It's a second yellow. That's Zarofsky who picked up this yellow card. And that's going to be a red card for High Park. So they get the goal, and I think Zarofsky might have ran on the field in his celebrations. The fourth official noticed that, and by running on the field, he gets himself a second yellow card. So all of a sudden, High Park feeling on a high right now. They score a goal as the goalkeeper, Liam Glass, is looking for some treatment right now. So additional delays on the kickoff, but now High Park is going to have to play the remainder of 10 minutes, and you see that right there, Coach Kozica having a conversation with the fourth official, Matthew Hawkins, and he's not too happy, obviously, with the fourth official calling them. As we're going to take a look here on the replay with some opportunities here in this opening half. It was that first minute chance there coming in from Abraham. Put that one right across the goal area. Wasn't able to be put home by either player. Saw a nice set piece play coming in from High Park there as the dummy run was played in for the goal scorer Turnbull, but his effort was hit over the bar. Alton Gaspar with a great individual effort had his shot take a deflection and force Glass to go the other direction. As here's Abraham once again with a nice cross into a dangerous area, and Glass comes hurling himself out of the goal. Liam Glass has been a highlight reel in this opening half, keeping his team with the lead as Curry had himself a shot from range. And then just a little bit of relaxation on the back line from High Park and led Abraham just to miss that far post. Was not by that goal by very much. I see that nice free kick deflection fell its way right towards Le Villain, and unfortunately his shot was saved by Glass once again. As they're ready to continue on. Looked like it might have been a cramp there for Glass, but he's going to be able to walk this one off, and we're ready to continue on with the play. So I'm trying to figure this one out here. As I saw the yellow card and the red given towards the High Park player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, They're still playing 11 on 11 though. So I thought it would be a little bit of an advantage here for Ottawa South United, but they continue on here on full strength on both sides. Here comes a Gaspar coming up here for Ottawa South United. Has this way chipped forward, and it will get poked aside for a throw-in. Abraham's going to leave this one for Gaspar. Trying to split between the couple players is Abraham, trying to see if he can be that player to be the spark plug to get Ottawa South United back in towards this game. As they'll be hit up the field by Wood. Keep in mind though, Ottawa will have themselves a little bit of that wind advantage themselves in the second half. Definitely have used it, has High Park, so although if they are down 1-0 at the halftime break, Ottawa do have that wind advantage to look themselves towards to see if that can help them to get towards the tying goal, but they're going to want to see if they can get that chance before the halftime break. That ball isn't cleared away just yet, and High Park putting a lot of pressure on the back line, and Deshanton has enough, and he's going to utilize his goalkeeper, Wood, to hit this one up the field. As the wind definitely starting to pick up speed right now. You can probably hear it on your screens at home. As here's Gaspar. Poindo's going to try to chip this one forward, and he gets it towards Curry. Curry sees that run from Abraham coming in on the left side. There's Abraham. That's the player you want. He's still going with it. Gets the shot away, but it's right at the High Park keeper Glass, and he'll be able to make the save. Right now, though, Abraham trying to do some solo magic, was continue to push his way forward with that right foot. Try to see an avenue towards the goal, and just didn't see one through. Good wall being put up by the High Park defense and goalkeeper. But the pressure is being put on this High Park backline as Ottawa's not letting them get out of their own half. I'd like to see that type of response, especially after giving up a goal for Ottawa. They're going to want to push themselves forward. Morel, he's got some speed on him. He's going to try and push his way through. Poindo gets the centering pass, finds his man, and it's a big save from Austin Wood. As Pananen got himself onto that cross, and Wood made himself look big to make that save. A second opportunity. Pananen tries to get that one through, and he still gets cleared aside. Clark, another opportunity on the cross. Pananen can't get on that one as well. Very close for High Park to get themselves the second goal. Wasn't able to get themselves that one, but now they try to go quickly the other way does Ottawa, but that through ball will be too far away for Curry to be able to run onto. And that's a worrying sign there, seeing Abraham. He's hobbling right there on that through ball. He doesn't look too good, and that's going to allow High Park to come the other way, and Pananen can't reach that one. And he hits the post in a little frustration knowing how close he was. But Austin Wood, great job there coming out of his goal quickly to get onto that through ball. He was already running out of his goal as soon as that through ball was played. But Ottawa's going to have to keep an eye out there for Abraham. Might have picked up a cramp. It looked like he was holding his calf there when he was running there as he came up hobbling after that run. Oh, here's the man there who set up that goal. It's a great run there from Julian Link. For me, he's been the highlight player in this opening half for High Park. He's had some great runs down that left flank. Now, of course, besides getting the assist as well. Yeah, throw this one towards the foot of Morel. Morel, though, gets poked away from him by Ba. As they get close towards the 45, Ottawa trying to see if they can shift the momentum in their favor and get a couple of chances before the halftime break. There's Abraham looking a little bit better as he gets that cross in, but Gador Evangelista gets the first clearance away. Turnbull takes a little bit of a tumble. Didn't look like much there, though. Referee allows play to continue. Hasba has an overlap run, but he'll cut this one towards the middle. Gaspar head just rolls off of his foot, though, and it's going to allow High Park to get it as they try to play the ball up for Morel, who is sneaking in behind. But there's Hondo to block that one as now Curry tries to header the other direction, and he couldn't redirect that onto goal. And finally, Phillips will just clear it up and out of play and allow his teammates to reset. Ontario Soccer is thrilled to once again collaborate with Circle K, the Canadian convenience store industry leader, as a premier partner and supporter of grassroots soccer across the province. Whether to fuel up for before a big game or after a hard practice, Circle K is your thirst stop. Visit CircleK.com to find convenience stores near you. Having a look towards the referee, there was Galliano, was hoping for something inside of that penalty area. Referee not having any of that. And having a word with Galliano about that right now, as he get a look towards the fourth official here shortly. That's to what will be the additional minutes. It's going to be 2 additional minutes in the first half.
2 minutes of added time.
So just 2 minutes left to go. Can Ottawa find its way, get themselves a tying goal? Again, they will have that wind advantage in the second half. So that probably, I think, will change the complexion of what we saw in this first half. Maybe it won't. We'll have to wait and see how the coaches will make adjustments to what they've seen from both teams in this opening half. It's been a well-played game so far here in this Boys Under 17 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield. As Bao once again looking towards the referee. He feels he hasn't been getting the calls. As Gaspar will carry this ball forward. Hits a high towards Corey, who will head it towards the middle of the field. But there is Link, and Link taking the safe play as he'll boot this one all the way down the field as far as goalkeeper Wood. Long boot up. It's getting held up. You can see it from that win there. That looked like it benefited Curry as they try to hold that one up long enough, but couldn't be able to get that ball forward. As Morel is fighting for that ball, so is Turnbull. Neither of them can get to it though, and Ba will go the other way now for Ottawa. Rochon. Can play towards the far post. There is Curry on the header. Great opportunity for Ottawa South United right before the halftime break, as Ralph Curry had an opportunity and he puts the jersey over his head, knows how close he was, and Ottawa will get their opportunities. But we'll see at the end of this first half is in the Boys Under 17 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield. It's going to be Toronto High Park FC 1, Ottawa South United 0. Let's take a look towards the shots. More of the shots on target for Ottawa. It's more of the corner kicks and opportunities have been on the High Park side. So just the quality of the chances, but it's really the difference maker has been Liam Glass and Julian Link on the High Park FC squad. Great attacking and great goalkeeping has kept us at a 1-0 score line.
So I guess you'll go and warm up, or you can stay out and win some awesome prizes.
As we're going to go towards the halftime break, folks, so don't go anywhere. We'll be having second half action coming up next.
Would you rather play in pouring rain or scorching heat? Pouring rain.
Probably scorching heat. Definitely the pouring rain.
Pouring rain.
Pouring rain because it's more fun and like a bit cooler.
Would you rather win a game with a last-minute goal or dominate the entire match with a comfortable lead?
Dominate the entire match with a comfortable lead. Dominate the entire match.
Last minute goal.
Dominate the entire match with maybe what was the question? Last minute goal.
Oh, that's a good question. Game winning goal. All right, last one. Would you rather have the opportunity to play for your dream club or represent your country in the Olympics? 100% country in the Olympics.
Dream club team.
Represent my country in the Olympics.
Represent my country in the Olympics.
What? Don't. Yes, bro. Get out of here.
Represent my country in the Olympics.
That's what I would say too.
Dime, esto es lo que tú querías. Yo soy fino, esto es trap de galería. Tú eres un charro.
What country has competed in every single FIFA World Cup?
Probably England.
No.
Oh God. I don't know. Barcelona.
Calm yourself. I don't know. That's not a country. I don't know. That's a team. Country. Argentina. Brazil. Good job. It was Brazil.
What year did the Canadian men's national team win gold in the Olympic Games?
I'm gonna mess with
Guess the year. 1983.
No. What year did the Canadians men's national team win gold in the Olympic Games? It was more than 100 years ago.
1905.
1904! What is the record for red cards given in a single soccer game?
I'm gonna have to go with 6.
36. In a game?
I'm Nathan Miller, and I'm from Thunder Bay, Ontario. I started playing soccer around probably 4. I really enjoyed it, so I started playing for Thunder Bay Chill when I was 6 or 7. And then from there, I just loved it and continued playing until now. I think someone from my own club called me and told me I had made the team. I was very excited and in some disbelief.
I think the opportunity is quite amazing. It's, the top tier in the province, so to be able to qualify and get in, it's just amazing.
Probably my most memorable moment, actually there's 2. It was when I found out I was selected to start in that first game we played on a Friday. And then the other one was when we scored our first goal against Quebec. When I play in Thunder Bay, I normally play as an attacking midfielder, but while I was here, I was playing as a right back and center back.
Miller with time and space, checking his options.
Became a more versatile player playing here.
What's your pregame ritual? Playing a random playlist and stretching as much as I can.
Get a nice nap, eat a big meal, and just listen to music that hypes me up.
I think my pregame ritual is just listening to a lot of like pump up music and getting quick taps on the ball.
That's great. That'd probably be mine too.
I always pray before games, I guess.
What's like a lucky item you have before games? What's a lucky thing you do?
Wrist tape.
Okay.
I'm not wearing it.
If you guys could play in any position on the field except for your own, what would it be?
It would be a winger because I like crossing the ball and setting up goals.
Definitely striker because I want to score sometimes.
What's the coolest move you pulled off during a game? It had to be when I was in front of the net. It was one of our first games last season, and I did a Cruyff turn and then shot it. Okay. That was one of my favorite.
I don't know, probably like doing a step over and beating someone.
A meg, but I purposely wanted to meg them, right? Yeah. Sometimes you meg them and you don't even realize.
If you could play in any stadium in the world, which one would it be and why?
It'd be Camp Nou because Barca's my favorite team.
The Etihad, because I'm a City fan.
What's the funniest thing that's happened to you on the field during a soccer game? The bottom of my cleat completely ripped off, and I had to get off the field so I could change my cleats. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received about playing soccer?
I really have to think about this one. I think it's to go to the ball and not the defender quickly, like just go for the ball.
Your mistakes don't define you.
That's a good one.
This is my dad. He was coaching me for like most of my life. He always says that you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Never give up. I'd say like if you have a bad game, just keep pushing yourself. I don't give good advice.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Do I say hi?
Yeah, say hi guys.
No.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay, yeah, you go first. Which Canadian city hosted the FIFA Women's World Cup final in 2015? It's in Canada. What city? Toronto? No. City? Yes. Vaughn! Vancouver. It was Vancouver. What was the fastest red card ever released in a game? 3 seconds. No, wait, 6 or 3. No. 6 or 3. Pick one. 3. 1 second. 2 seconds. That was close, but good job. It was 2 seconds. So, okay. Last question. Are you ready? Better get this one right. How many panels are there on traditional soccer ball? I don't know what this says. How many panels are there on a traditional soccer ball? I'll say 18.
18.
32. That's too small. It's 32.
You got me tripping, stumbling, flipping, fumbling, because I'm falling in love. You got me slipping, tumbling, sinking.
So this year's summit, the 2024 version, was a huge success. We were really, really happy with how things came together. I would say the social part of it is huge. People love to reconnect with those that they've met before. They love to meet new people. They love to meet in person. This is something that the summit brings every year that, you know, is just such an amazing opportunity for our members to reconnect.
It's the notion of providing a forum where learners become leaders. But it's also very much about the opportunity to play, inspire, and most importantly, unite. And uniting around a weekend like the summit, bringing 700 plus delegates, speakers from all over the world together. It's sort of the lightning in the bottle that we want to cultivate and move forward with.
What kind of work goes into planning an event of this magnitude that people may not realize?
Who's your favorite soccer player?
What's her name? Morgan.
Alex Morgan?
Yeah, Alex Morgan.
Alex Morgan. That's a good choice. Lionel Andres Messi? Cristiano Ronaldo?
Messi.
That's a good choice. Favorite pre-game snack or meal? Cereal?
Orange juice and waffles.
Steak or pasta?
Rice cakes. But wait, they have to be chocolate chip and caramel.
What's your favorite soccer movie or TV show? No. Okay, go to the next one. Movie, probably Pele.
Yeah, I don't watch TV, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't know. I just watched reels on YouTube.
All right.
I don't think I've ever met somebody who hasn't been impacted in some capacity by mental health. I'm Samantha Stewart. I am the Director of Marketing and Community Relations with the Burlington Soccer Club. I think we recognize there was a large need for this coming out of the pandemic. It became a big sticking point for us to be like, how can we help in this space in our own community? And so the partnership that we've built with Joseph Brant Hospital Foundation surrounding youth and adolescent mental health felt like the most natural fit. The community here in Burlington has been super welcoming, super open to the events. The awareness has grown, so each year we've had better turnouts as well, which therefore leads to better donations. At the end of the day, the more people that support this, potentially the more people that get involved in the game, and the better humans we're developing. I always say it's more than sport. It always will be. I believe sport is a vessel to create good human beings and give them the tools that they need to be successful in life. And we're just fortunate that we get to be a part of that journey in any capacity.
And welcome back to the Zenkin Automotive Soccer Center here in Vaughan, Ontario for second half action in the boys under 17 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield match as Toronto High Park FC lead 1-0 over Ottawa South United in what was a thrilling but very close matchup between both teams. You could say Ottawa South United had a majority of the chances, and against that run of play was High Park, who got themselves that all-important first goal from Gus Turnbull. Of course, one player, of course, not able to continue here on this match is Theodore Zarowski, picking up 2 yellow cards, being on that second yellow card on the bench. Once High Park scored the goal, he did run on the field. Had made sure during the halftime break, had clarification from the referees. He ran on the field and joined in on the celebrations and picked up a second yellow card from the bench. So he will not be able to be subbed on here in the second half. But one player who just gets subbed on for High Park FC is number 18, Joshua Flores. He has entered the field to play for High Park. As we continue on here, the teams have switched sides. In the all-black, going from your right to your left on your screens at home, is Ottawa South United. And in the red and black is Toronto High Park FC, going from your left to your right. Bit of a wind advantage now for Ottawa South United. They'll be going with that wind, which is going towards the left near corner on your screens at home. So expect a lot of through balls getting played towards that area, as you see a throw-in over on the far side of the field for Ottawa, as the fans have all followed themselves back in towards the area, try to get themselves warm on what is a cooler Saturday afternoon now here in Vaughan, Ontario. As you see the top player on that Ottawa team, it's Abraham. Looks like he's going to be okay after picking up a knock. He was asking for some biofreeze at halftime, so probably just a little bit of a cramp, but he's going to continue to run it off and see if he can get his team that goal. This Ottawa South United team won their semifinal match, defeating Woodbridge 5-1 in their match. While you see on the High Park FC squad a confirmation there on Flores entering the game. They defeated Vaughan 2-0 in their semifinal match. But it's Ottawa on the pressure right now as they look to try to play towards the top of the penalty area. But Leonard is there and he'll clear it away to midfield. Vananesic gonna try to see if he can continue going forward. Morel can't reach to that one, and it finally gets settled in the midfield by Le Villain. Here comes a run down the right side for Curry. Curry gets himself in towards the edge of the penalty area, now looking for some support, and he's gonna get himself back towards defense. Who crosses that one in? It just gets cleared away on the back line by the last remaining defender, and he's going to be able to win his team a throw-in over on this near side of the field is Phillips. And he'll be working with his defender to kick this one all the way up the field to try to find Flores, the substitute. Morel will be able to get to that one, though. He's going to attempt to hit it forward for Turnbull. Turnbull's putting his arms up. He's expecting something. I didn't really see much on that one, but play will still continue on as confirmation there as Flores, he came in for Pannanen. As the only other substitute that occurred was Joaquin Clark, who entered in that first half. He remains in the game as well. Gaspar will leave this one for Galliano. Galliano's going to send that long ball forward, and it's going to be too far to reach for Jailba. And he'll find his way out for a goal kick. As the Bank of Soccer, with decades investing in soccer programming at all levels, BMO is committed to growing the game and increasing gender equity in soccer and beyond. We are thrilled to collaborate with BMO as the lead partner of Ontario Soccer's gender equity and empowerment efforts, including the innovative BMO Girls Play On initiative. That is BMO. I see the goal kick getting kicked up high in the air, and that one just continues to float its way out of play for thrown in. Gaspar does well to get this one quickly into play to find his midfielder. He's not able to control it, but it finds its way all the way back towards Gaspar, and he'll reset it with his defense. Galliano does well to pass this one off. Carvalho. He'll be the one new player out here on the field for Ottawa. And he's going to leave this one to get thrown in. As he's going to take a couple deflections. Good job there from Godor Evangelista. He avoids a corner kick. But the pressure still continues for Ottawa as they're trying to get out of their own half. Is High Park. Ottawa continues with some good early pressure. Comes across him from Gaspar. Goalkeeper calls that, and Glass gets to it before Corey could be able to reach onto that one. Morel finds this ball right on his foot, and Flores was making a run down the right side, but that pass is going to be too far ahead for him, and Wood will fall onto the loose ball as he'll roll it out towards his defense, and they'll look to reset. Again, these two teams have played against each other so far in this OPDL season. Back on May 4th, it was Ottawa South United who took home a 1-0 victory as Carvalho picked up the lone goal in that match. And then on August 17th, High Park, on their winning streak, picked up a 2-1 victory with Turnbull and Morel picking up the goals in that one. And Galloway got the lone goal in response for Ottawa as High Park won that one 2-1. What's been a very tricky thing for teams against this High Park team is scoring against them. In their last 9 games, only 5 goals. Sorry, in the last 10 games, only 5 goals against for this High Park FC team. So yeah, they're scoring the goals, but most importantly, they're not letting them go through. And I could see it even right there as that ball was going out of play. Abraham's still hobbling a little bit. It doesn't look like he's not 100%, I would say, in this match for Ottawa. Flores bouncing around the couple players to try to continue the ball forward, but finally Ottawa will be the team that comes out with it. That pass didn't get hit by with much mustard, and Morel will poke it free. He gets it by a couple players, but he's not able to have enough space on the field to continue his run. But good forechecking play coming in from Evan Morel to try and see if he can get a chance forward for High Park. Here's Carvalho working with Ba. Ba gets his way through. Here comes Ba, still going with it. And finally, Clark will be able to poke that ball away. And Turnbull will hit it all the way towards Godor Evangelista, who'll kick this one up the field. Good foot there from Flores. Having as well a look towards the crowd. We're seeing a couple fans who managed to bring some signs here. Can't see from out here what they're saying, who they're cheering for, but love to see the extra effort from the parents, fans, and families of the teams who have come here for this match. As here comes Aquilina up the field towards Ba. He's going to play that ball towards the left side for Abraham. Abraham is going to try and drive his way forward. Gets a good cross towards that far post. There's a header from Curry. Big save from Glass. Here comes a second opportunity. Save from Glass. The ball is still loose, though. Can anyone put it home? No. Big block there from Clark. As Jail Ba had a second opportunity. The pressure's still continuing, and finally Clark, he's going to say enough of that. He's just going to kick this one out of play. A huge save in front again from Liam Glass, keeping this game at 1-0. That ball was loose once again. He wasn't able to control it on the second save, but there is Clark jumping up, putting the body on the line to block that shot. Ottawa keeps pushing. This is the type of response they wanted to see to start out the second half. But can it lead them towards a goal? Flores will leave this one for Phillips. And a great sliding challenge there from Gaspar is able to clear that one aside for a throw-in. And that's going to allow the Ottawa players to get back into coverage. Good foot coming in there from Abraham. He's able to poke that ball away from DeAndrea. And he's going to continue his attack to go forward. But now he needs some support as he tries to play a cross in. That one's not going to be cleared well. And here comes a shot just over the bar. Luca Levillain, who had probably one of the best opportunities in that first half with a point-blank shot, had another chance as that clearance fell right towards his waiting foot. As you see the failed cross clearance right there, fell right to his foot, and his shot just went over the bar as he was aiming for that top corner. They're pushing, is Ottawa South United. They are pushing. As we just get over the 56th minute mark, plenty of action still left to go in this boys under 17 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield. It is 1-0 for Toronto High Park FC over Ottawa South United. As Levillain tries to play with that one, Flores bouncing around forward and hurting his shin a little bit there as Aquilina, a little bit slow to get up, but he looks to be okay, gave a thumbs up. Maybe just got a kick just around that shin pad is my likely guess. So just gonna have a nice bruise in the morning to deal with. Hoindo tries to force his pass through the middle, intercepted, and now there's an open run. Here he comes through, it's Morel. Morel one-on-one, and Wood will come out of the goal. Good job there from the goalkeeper. And him and Morel collide with each other, of course, as Wood slid out of his goal to cut down that run from the Toronto High Park attacker, as that through ball was intercepted and Morel was off towards the races. He did that long touch to continue his speed, and Wood did a good job though. Slid out of the goal, had confident hands, got to the ball, and Morel with all that speed tried to jump over the keeper but collided with the goalkeeper's top knee there. And it looks like it was just a knee-on-knee collision between the two players as the keeper for Ottawa's Austin Wood's going to need himself a few extra moments, and looks like Morel's just going to be walking this one off. O'Neill's Sportswear is a leading supplier globally to grassroots sport organizations and professional clubs alike, with over 100 years of expertise, as they are Ontario Soccer's official soccer apparel, uniform, and equipment partner. For more information on their made-to-order personalized apparel and uniform solutions, visit O'Neills.com. O'Neill Sportswear, live for it. And once again, we'll remind you guys, all you folks at home, Please help us break last year's record of over 14,000 raised by donating, purchasing merchandise, and participating in our silent auction, which features great prizes like a signed Canada Soccer national team jersey. Simply click on the QR code that will appear throughout the broadcast to get towards the donation page and contribute. Wood will be able to get onto his feet, and he will continue, but you still see him feeling the effects of that collision, and he's going to continue on as the play will resume, as there is that QR code. Make sure to check that out. Some awesome prizes up on the silent auction, as signed merchandise from various teams. Definitely keep an eye on those national men's and women's team jerseys as well. Alton Gaspar. Aquilina. Or towards Hoindo. And I will give credit to this High Park midfield. They're just wiry. They're hustling constantly to try to put themselves in the right position. They're getting in the way of passes, so they know where to position themselves. They're reading the play very well, and they've caused some very good turnovers against this team that's starting to pick up the speed against them. And they're trying to use that against their opponent. Hondo again through the middle, finds Carvalho. He's going to chip this one forward towards the far side of the field. That's Maxime Bedard. He's going to try to cross that one in, and that one doesn't make its way through, as Ba will get a second opportunity. He unable to find an Ottawa player, but Hondo once again, at center back, he's been everywhere all over the pitch. He's going to be that first player to jump back in to try to win the ball for his team when they're on an attack. Gaspar, there's a looping ball. That's a good opportunity, as jumping there was Carvalho, but a little bit too high to get on towards the attacker, and it was go just over his head towards the waiting hands of Liam Glass. A little bit of a push on towards the back of Morel will get called. And it'll lead to a free kick here for Hyatt Park. They're certainly taking their time, as it is a 33rd minute goal from Gus Turnbull, which separates the two teams. As here comes Link. He had himself a great first half. He gets bodied off of the ball, but he's still going. He falls down. Does Link. Referee right away says no onto that one, and it's going to go for a goal kick, but more worrying signs. Austin Wood back down on the pitch, probably still feeling the effects of the earlier collision. They do have Aiden DeHartog as their reserve goalkeeper is needed. As we took a look at the replay there on that opportunity from Link. Link looked already a little bit off balance already prior towards the collision. But he's trying to see, was Julian Link, to see if he can create something out of almost anything. As we're seeing DeHartog now put on a jersey and get himself warmed up just in case. And looks like the change is going to happen. Aiden DeHartog, it looks like he's going to be having to come into the game to replace the injured goalkeeper, Austin Wood. He's getting his stuff ready, so we'll have to see. Again, we'll remind you to keep on towards this broadcast all day long following this match is going to be the Battle of Ottawa in the girls under 17 as Ottawa TFC goes against Ottawa South United. And then Ottawa South United, well, you know what? You get another game today as we'll be finishing off the day with some boys under 15 action as Ottawa South United will be taking on Woodbridge in our final match of the day. As he gets some high fives there, does the Hartog, and he will be coming into the game. And his first gets some high fives and cheers from his team. We really hope that Austin Wood will be okay. Did a great job though coming out of his goal, made an impressive save. It was just an unfortunate collision there. And the Hartog will go over to give his goalkeeper high five, get his gloves on, and restart the game with this goal kick. He'll play it short, and we're ready to resume play. With Victor Galliano in the midfield. Finds Gaspar. Towards Abraham. Putting his hands up, and that's usually of a guys, someone get open for me here. As you see a ball game played for Curry. He's going to leave this one towards the edge of the area. Galliano's running in. There's a shot. Takes a deflection. Finds his way for Curry. Curry shot hits off the post, but he's going to be offside. It wouldn't have counted regardless. As the deflection off the initial chance from Galliano finds its way right towards Curry. His shot, though, just on the edge of the bar. And the chances they've been getting very close for this Ottawa team. They just haven't found a way to beat Liam Glass in goal. Abraham with a good turn though. That pass sneaks its way through Leonard. In for Curry again. Curry with another shot gets blocked. Another chance again gets blocked. Joaquin Clark. He's been a block stopper in front of the goal. And a couple of big blocks from him right there. He's already had himself 3 or 4 nice block shots already in this second half, as Clark. That was just a sneaky one, though, that snuck through the legs of Leonard as the referee waves advantage as Ottawa continues with the possession. It's going to be Ba for Galliano. It's going to leave this one in for Gaspar. Good pressure, though, being put on by Flores. Morel's going to join in on the pressure. Screams of handball there from the High Park players. But they're going to get that ball and chip it forward. And it would have been a 3-on-2 break, but Hoindo was able to beat that ball before Link could be able to reach to it. And that's just the threat of this High Park team. They could get you on that counterattack. As there's a sliding challenge in from Leonard. Trying to play that pass inside. Intercepted by Turnbull. And Clark's trying to hold this one up. He's instantly got 3 jerseys on him, does Clark. And he's going to get some huge round of applause from the High Park fans as he held off 3 Ottawa attackers on that one. And he gives a nice little fist bump towards them as he wins this team a free kick at midfield. As the referee's going to have a word there with Daniel Carvalho as well. But Clark, he's been a difference maker since coming off the bench. This comes a high ball towards the corner. Will be kept in by Flores, but he just loses the ball on his feet as it goes out for a throw-in. Good interception. It's Clark once again. He's getting himself in the right spots in his shot, though. Hits off his own teammate in Turnbull, who was trying to make a run unfortunate, unlucky timing there for Hyde Park.
For more than 50 years, Miller's the award scorer for the leading supplier of awards and recognition products across Ontario.
That's a nice little spark plug of play coming in from the Hyde Park midfielder. The confidence is growing on him as Ottawa is going to try to get it back towards that pace they've been going the second half towards as we're reaching the 69th minute. And there is number 69. That's Jaheim Hoindo going to play against the ball forward as Corey plays it off the back heel. Trying to drive his way forward. He falls down, and the referee points to the penalty mark. Leonard brings down the Ottawa South United attacker. And it's going to be a penalty kick as Ba gets brought down. And there is the opportunity. Ottawa South United has been looking for Curry with a great back heel towards Ba. And just take a look here as he was trying to drive his way past the defender. Leonard stuck the leg out and definitely connected with the Ottawa attacker, bringing him down. And it's going to be the man who's been scoring all season long, Ronaldo Abraham. But there's one thing he hasn't done this season. It's score against Hyde Park. Can he get his first one on the tally? Abraham gets the goal! Glass guessed the right way, but Abraham's penalty was nicely placed in towards the corner, just past the outstretched arms. Nothing Glass could do. Let's take a look, just past that top arm. Very close. He knows it does Glass, but now in this boys under 17 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield, the score is Ottawa South United 1, Toronto Hyde Park FC 1. Just a reminder for you guys back at home with 20 minutes left to play, if the game is to remain tied after the 90 minutes, we go straight towards kicks from the penalty mark. And you're hearing it right at the OSU faithful making noise right now. Get the cowbell and the OSU chants going, but it's Hyde Park coming on the attack right off the kickoff. Carvalho is going to reach onto that one as this pass is forced all the way back, and Hyde Park will look to reset in their end. Today's Gary Miller Charity Shield is fueled by Gatorade, scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. That is Gatorade. It's going to be Hoindo with the long ball up, and it started with that man running onto the ball there. That is Ralph Corey. Corey with an inventive back heel pass. Saw his man running in behind him. Continue that run from Jail Ba. And Ba got brought down, but that striker, he's been hunting, he's been getting his chances, and it was some good creativity which led to that goal. As here they come again, does Ottawa. That's Ba. Can't get it through 3 red jerseys, however. As they're going to chip it forward, he's going to be onside. Yes, Link is onside. This could be a chance the other way, as it's going to be a foot race. It's going to be Gaspar and Morel, but Gaspar wins that one as he's able to get it through. And now Abraham's going to try and spin himself away. But Vanessa, very nice job, didn't follow the fake of the move. He just watched the ball the entire time and kept his man in front of him. As it looks like Hyde Park FC is going to be making a substitution here shortly. It's going to be the man who got them an important goal in their semifinal. It'll be Miguel Brasso, who's getting ready to come into the game. But the play still continues on here as the Ottawa defense very comfortably passes it among the back line. As you see Corey making a run through the middle as Leonard will hit this ball forward. And you can hear the Ottawa bench screaming at the players saying, where's the attack? Put the pressure on the players. And they are now joining up onto attack, but so far High Park continuing with the ball. And that's what happens when you bring all the players forward. There's not many players on the back line. There's 3, 4 red jerseys going forward and just 2 back. As here they try to go forward, but Turnbull just ran out of steam as he did well to get the ball forward, but just couldn't continue on to his run. As here comes the substitution, and it will be Turnbull, number 10, the goal scorer for High Park. He's going to come off the field to play, and Miguel Brussel will be the player coming on. And now, hearing those OSU chants, High Park fans responding back with the chant of themselves, cheering on High Park. Morel's going to leave this one for Link. It's the spark plug. He's continuing to drive. He falls down. Play still continues on, and the referee will call it back as he was waiting for an advantage, it looked like, in that moment, once he saw Link fall down, and he's going to call it back for a free kick. It looked like Link got shoved off the ball, but again, it's just that little spark plug play. He's continuing to make some key runs. 2 players in the wall for Ottawa. We've seen some nice set piece plays so far in that first half from High Park. Purcell, the substitute, he's going to make his first contribution with the set piece. Looks like some pushing and shoving is going around as players are jostling for position. Here comes the free kick from the substitute. Gets towards the far post. That ball is still loose in the goal area. And it finally does get cleared away by Hoindo, who finds it. Good chance up tight from the set pieces of High Park.
Pressure.
Fedor Evangelista. A little bit of a dangerous play there, trying to make those type of moves with the pressure being brought in. But he confidently gets around his man, and DeAndrea is going to hit this one up the field towards Morel. De Villain. Couldn't control it. And Gador Evangelista is going to try to carry this ball up towards midfield, but Ba does well. Gets his body in front of the way, and now Gador Evangelista shows, all right, I can do it too. So can Ba. The two go at it at one another. It was a good battle for both teams. And Gador Evangelista is going to get some noise here from the fans for both those efforts. As they're going to look to restart the play here with the free kick. Comes Gaspar once again as fortunately all the clouds have been covering the sun, so it's been a very cool Saturday afternoon here and a windy one. So definitely a factor as well for these players, trying to stay warm, keep moving. As Ba hits this one forward for Galliano. Galliano had a run coming in behind him, gets poked away, and now Link's going to try a ball up the field as Morel's making that run up. Ottawa's got to be on their toes. They can't let a player like Morel sneak through. He had a good opportunity already. But some strong goalkeeping from Austin Wood prevented that one, as this one will hit off of the attacker and now fourth row. High Park was hoping that throw was taken a little bit further back, was arguing for that one. gets played towards the far side of the pitch. Now this might start to have, maybe in about 5-6 minutes, you might start to have those conversations with your coaching staff on both teams. Who do we want on the field? Do we like what we have on for a penalty kick scenario? Teams might start to be considering that very soon. You might see some substitutions hoping for that. As Hyde Park returns the favor, moving up the field with a throw-in. And it looks like those signs, you see some fans holding some signs, it looks like they're on the Hyde Park sign. Trying to showcase their efforts in where the throw-in should be taking place. As here comes Aquilina, long ball up towards Corey. He's able to settle it. DeAndrea will jump and clear that ball away. As Hoindel, though, beats his way towards the ball before the Hyde Park attacker could reach to it. As DeAndrea, though, is going to try to get it out of his own half, and some good hustle from the defender. We'll get this ball up towards Flores. Flores does well to hold his balance. He's going to continue going as Flores as he gets around Aquilina. And finally, Gaspar will boot the ball free as the Hyde Park winger was doing everything he can to get that ball up the field. Throwing right down towards the foot of Flores. Plays it back towards Phillips. Phillips can't get his way through the midfield, but Vranesic will be able to keep it in front of him as he tries to cross that ball in. Not cleared away yet by Ottawa. Flores, he's just putting his body in between himself and the ball. Trying to get the Ottawa players to force him off of it. Link tried to chip that ball forward, but that pass was behind Brissell. But Brissell does well, and that's what we've been saying about this Hyde Park team. They're just spark plays. They're hustle players. There's Link right now with it. Gets around the defender. Here comes the shot just wide of the post. Julian Link once again. That was some great hustle from Brissell. He didn't get the pass. Well, he didn't give up. He ran all the way back into position, won the ball back, returned it towards Link. Did a nice fake, which pulled the defender out of position, but his shot just went wide of the post. Starting to see some hustle coming out here as the Hartog hasn't really been tested since coming in as the goalkeeper substitute. It's going to be tested here, and there's the shot, and it's a goal! It's a misplay in the back line, and it's Flores who puts it home. Morel is able to poke the ball free, and he's able to find Josh Flores as Hoindo tried to play it around this man, and he passed it right towards Flores, and it's just an easy tap home for the Hyde Park player. And with just under 8 minutes left to go here in this one, it's now Toronto Hyde Park FC 2, Ottawa South United 1, and this boys under 17 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield. Looks like we're gonna have a substitution coming out here as well for Hyde Park right after the goal. It'll be Ethan Pananen back into the game. And Evan Morel will be checking out of the game. So Pananen in and Morel out right after the goal. And it's Hyde Park again against that run of play, but those players have been a nuisance up against that defense for Ottawa. They forced some key turnovers, and they made that one count. Morel with some great work, and Flores put himself in the right positioning, and again, that's all it takes. And they got themselves an all-important second goal in this match. Don't count out Ottawa South United, though. They've had the chances. Can they get one in open play? Down the line for Ba. Ba's going to play the cross in for the message. Will clear it away, though, and it's going to be a corner kick. And if you're Ottawa, you're bringing everybody forward now for this set piece. Comes the corner kick. It's a good area, headed away by DeAndrea, and Galliano tees up for a shot, and it gets poked away from him by Bracel, and in the follow-through of that shot, it's going to be a yellow card issued towards Victor Galliano. So Galliano will be the first Ottawa player to receive a yellow card in the match. Of course, 2 yellow cards went towards Theodore Zarofsky on High Park FC in the first half. But it's just been the hustle from this team in red. The hustle's been there. DeAndrea in towards the midfield. There's Bracel trying to get it forward, and hopping in there is Clark. I've been very impressed with Clark in this second half, as he's going to continue on to the attack with his High Park teammates.
Nice. Good work, Dial.
There's Hoindo with Ba, who's come all the way back to help out his team win the ball. They're going to send a long ball forward all the way up for Corey, who has great first touch, as he's able to settle that one off a long ball. He's going to wait for his teammates to join him onto the attack. He plays a nice little 1-2, does Corey. Gets himself a little bit of space, but his cross will get blocked by Leonard for another OSU corner kick. As you have another look there on the replay, the great 1-2 working with Abraham as he gets himself some space down the line. Comes the corner kick. Another dangerous area, finds him in, and he gets the goal! Ralph Corey puts it home as that ball goes all the way past everybody towards the far post, and Corey by himself, nobody on him on the coverage. And in the 86th minute, Ottawa South United is able to tie it up as Ralph Corey, all alone, able to have enough time to control it and poke it over the goalkeeper glass. No chance for the High Park keeper. And all of a sudden it is 2-2. As Curry picked up probably his most important goal of his season. Some great corner kick taken. Just unfortunate situation where got to keep an eye on that far post. Nobody in red was there. There's Clark. Gonna try to chip that one forward, but too far for Pananin to be able to reach. Abraham, nice back heel pass for Galloway. Sliding in there, though, will be DeAndrea. He'll be able to keep that ball in front of him. As right after that, Galloway was subbed into the play, and there's his first contribution since coming in. So definitely now with 3 minutes plus additional time there, I'll say there's going to be a good amount of additional time. Considerations will be made here on the field. You might see some substitutions happen for both teams as Flores picked up the second goal, can't control that pass. Soon another deserving team will engrave their name into OPDL history and hoist the beautiful brand new Gary Miller Charity Shield Trophy, artfully crafted by Nothers the Award Store. For more than 50 years, Nothers the Award Store has been a leading supplier of awards and recognition products across Ontario, offering complete assistance from program concept planning all the way to product delivery. See how they can help your organization at nothers.com. Long ball up by Galliano. Putting everything he's got onto that one was Bedard, and it's going to come off of him last. And it'll go for a goal kick. Glass taking his time here. Looks like he's feeling comfortable. I think he would, the way he's played today, I would feel confident if I was the High Park keeper going into that type of penalty kick scenario. You've already seen one of their best takers take a penalty, and you almost got a piece of that. As just coming over in time was Hoindo, and he's able to get to that ball before Flores will be able to get to that one as the two players collide with one another. And here's Link. Link gets the cross in as Aquilina tries to clear it away, and he will as far as Leonard. Leonard, though, he can't clear it away, and Corey will be able to pick this ball up. He's going to try to take on the defender on one-on-one, but Leonard will be able to get over in time, and Gador Evangelista will be able to hit this ball towards midfield. And that's one of those type of plays here. Maybe they're not too familiar with the Hartog in goal there, but if you're Aquilina, you got some pressure coming in behind you, and he kicks it out. Yes, he did the safe play, but definitely could have passed it back towards his goalkeeper in that scenario. Let's see if he can get himself some spaces. We have an injured player down here holding his shin for High Park, but play will still continue as Gador Evangelista will leave this one for Glass to pick up, and Glass is looking towards this player, and Flores gives a thumbs up, and he says, yeah, I'm going to be okay. As that ball will get played in towards Flores, he's back on towards his feet, as you have the indication from the fourth official as there's going to be 5 minutes of additional time. Of course, you had that injury towards Austin Wood, the goalkeeper for OSU, which definitely contributed to a lot of the time. Hopefully he is okay. As it's going to be a foul there for Flores. Got his foot wrapped around the ankles of the Ottawa player for a free kick. As right away, Evan Murrell getting ready to come back into the game. Definitely won't be surprised to see him as one of the takers for High Park if we get to that scenario. There's still a few minutes left to go here. Anything can happen. And Leonard taking no chances, clearing that one away for Bedard. As here comes the substitution, as Morel will come back in the game, and he will replace number 9. That's Ethan Pananen. So Morel back in for Pananen as we get ready to get a new ball here for this throw-in. This High Park FC squad, again, very slow start to the season with a 4-2-3 record, and then something clicked. And they have been undefeated since. Going against an OSU team, only loss all season was against this very same High Park team, as there's a high looping ball, but Glass will be able to find that one before Abraham. And he's going to get a good boot up the field towards the corner, but can't keep it in play, however, to get onto the run of Morel. Against the wind, though, that's a pretty good kick. Galloway does well to keep that ball in front of him. Another throw in for High Park. They're going to continue to play this one down the line. DeAndrea is going to chip this ball forward. That's a dangerous looking ball for Flores. He got a touch on that one. The hard tug was coming out of the goal. As he sees that boot coming in far the other way for Ottawa. As Bedard was making a nice run up the field, as this one's going to roll its way out for a goal kick. But a good chance there for Flores as the hard tug coming out of the goal. Flores was probably hoping he get a little bit of a stronger touch onto that one. And quick chance the other way on a long boot for Bedard up top. Lincoln towards the midfield. Finds Corey. Carvalho returns it for Corey. Could this be the chance? Corey on the cross, nicely headed away by Leonard. Second opportunity, Morel will be able to flick it away from Galloway, who's trying to hustle, keep playing. He will be able to keep it in play, but instead of a throw-in, he does still not giving up on it is Galloway. And finally, it's going to be a high park throw-in. Great hustle coming in from the player. Purcell keeping his man in front of him, as trying to spin himself away from dangerous Galliano, and he can't find a way out of that touchline area for another throw-in. As we're getting close towards those 5 extra minutes, probably enough time for one more attack. Who's gonna have it? Will it be Ottawa? This could be a good one. A great ball played in from Carvalho. Finds Curry! Big save! Glass getting towards his right and deflecting that one aside. And there's gonna be a shove there coming in from Bedard, I believe it is, knocking down DeAndrea. And it's gonna lead to a free kick just at the edge of the goal line. Probably for one more boot up the field. There goes the full-time whistle, and penalty kicks it is to decide this boys under 17 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield. As coaching staff and players are making sure that the correct players are still out there on the field as we get set up for the situation where it's going to be best of 5 shooters to determine who gets to that charity shield as we get ready for the coin toss. As we, of course, while they do this here, we got to thank all the amazing partners for today's match. Today's Gary Miller Charity Shield was fueled by Gatorade with a proven blend of carbs and electrolytes. Gatorade is scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, and refuel after the match. As we thank you again to our proud partners for today's event, our premier partners Toronto FC and the Canadian Premier League, our program partners Gatorade, as well as our premier partners BMO and Circle K, official apparel and equipment partner O'Neill Sportswear, and supporters in Respect and Sport, Nothers Award Store, and of course our sport partners in Canada Soccer. As you get set up for this scenario, it's always a little conversation here. I'm someone who always prefers to shoot first. Give me that opportunity, put the pressure on, know what situation I'm going against. I want to be able to go first. As we'll see which goal we go in towards. The wind could even play a slight factor. Of course, that wind going towards that goal on your left on your screens at home. And having to utilize a fairly cold goalkeeper is Ottawa South United, and Aiden DeHartog having to come in as a substitute. And you can see still hobbling there is Austin Wood. As we wait for this penalty kick scenario, let's look towards the highlights of what has been a very thrilling game so far in this OPDL Boys Under 17 final. As you see there on the first goal, Alice Turnbull finding that loose ball as Aquilina couldn't clear it away. That gave him a 1-0 lead at the halftime break. It's going to be a penalty kick goal just into the corner. Nicely placed by Reynaldo Abraham. Got it tied up at 1, but a little bit of unfortunate play on the back line off the goal kick. Left it right towards Flores, who was able to put it home. And with just a couple of minutes left to go, right off the corner kick, Khoury was left wide open on the far post, and he made no mistake. And all of a sudden, it is 2-2. After what was a thrilling 90 minutes, as it looks like we're going to be going towards the goal on the right. As the two teams take the field, the referee get some final words for both teams. As we'll wait to see who's going to be going first and how it's going to go, as even everyone who's ready here for the next match, the girls under 17, they're all here on the sidelines taking a look, see how it goes. And it's going to be Hyde Park shooting first. Stepping up will be the fullback, Giancarlo Gador Evangelista. Left back. Had quite a busy game for himself, but got himself in some very key moments to block some good defensive chances. Left-footed taker. And it's saved! Getting low towards his right is the Hartog. And he makes a huge opening save on towards Gador Evangelista, and it's now advantage for OSU. And that's a perfect way you want to start your penalty kick scenario. As coming up to take a kick will be Luca Levelin. Levelin has had two huge opportunities in the game. He was shut down by Glass. And I'm not too sure. It looks like Glass he's pointing his head. Oh, I like this from the goalkeeper. He's putting some head games. He's talking to the players as they come up. And that's what you got to do in these type of situations. The pressure's on the player, not as you as a keeper. Let him know you're there. Here comes the take, and it's into the corner. Glass doesn't guess the right direction. And after one shooter each, it is 1-0 for Ottawa South United. Bernardo D'Andrea, center back. So two players in the back line will be starting out the kicks for Hyde Park. Having to wait for Glass to leave the penalty area. Now they're finally set up to take this kick. And he puts it confidently to the same spot that the last one was taken. But the Hartog guesses the wrong direction. First goal for Hyde Park put in. Now Glass is going to try and see if he can stop Jail Ba, who's coming up to take the second kick for OSU. Jail Ba, he was the player who was brought down for that penalty kick opening goal for Ottawa South United. He's going to try and see if he can continue the advantage. There's a slow run up and Glass gets a hand to it. We are all square again. These two teams just so even, but Glass did great jumping towards his left. Just got a hand onto that one. A slow run up, trying to see if he can mess up the tempo there from Ba. But Glass was not fooled by that. It'll be the midfielder now, Thomas Vranesic. And Vranesic saves! The hard talk gets to his right again! Brilliant goalkeeping all around. Aiden Hartog comes off the bench and makes another brilliant save, getting towards his right. These shots, though, are uncomfortable. The thing is, they're uncomfortable height for a keeper. So if you're doing that, you want to keep it low to the ground or a little bit higher. So you're putting that middle height. The goalkeeper just has to get the hand out to make the block. And that was a very comfortable height for the Hartog to play the save. And now, can Victor Galliano get the advantage back for Ottawa South United? Galliano, brilliant penalty. That's the height you're looking for. Guessing the right way is Glass, but Galliano fires it over the diving goalkeeper and towards the top corner. And it's advantage OSU again after 3 kicks. It's 2-1 for OSU. And what I'm liking right now, actually, for both teams is as they're coming up, the teams are players are high-fiving each other, showing some good sportsmanship as they're coming up to take the penalties. It's a tough situation for the players, so. Evan Morel, he was substituted back on the field. He's coming up for this penalty take. And it's almost saved again, but it's put in. Morel. Good penalty. But the Hartog, I thought he had that one as well. And so did he. He didn't miss that one by much. But Morel will put it home. And it's now the man who just tied it up late, Ralph Corey. Can Glass find a save? Corey on the take, and he puts it into the bottom corner. Great pen. I don't think if Glass got the right direction, he was going to be able to reach that one regardless. That was right in towards the side netting. Great penalty. And now Hyde Park must score on this one to keep their chances alive. As you see some tomfoolery between the two goalkeepers going on who gets to handle the ball. As it's going to be Liam Glass, the goalkeeper. He's the 5th taker. Keep his team alive. And he does a great pen, does Glass, in towards the bottom corner. And it's the man he faced earlier in the game, Reynaldo Abraham, who got the penalty kick goal. And it's a question for both players. Will he go the same direction? Will he do something different? It's in the head of both players. They've faced off once already. Can it happen again for the Charity Shield? And it's saved! He guesses the right direction as Abraham goes the same way as his penalty. And this time Glass will be able to save it. Sudden death. And you know what? The way these two teams have played, I am not surprised we're going to a sudden death situation. They've been so even. Different styles of play on the field. As it will be Julian Link. He's had himself a great game. Can he put one for Hyde Park? And he nicely places it in the corner as the Hartog goes the wrong direction. Jaheim Hoindo now, the center back, must score to keep OSU's chances alive. Hoindo just gets it through as Glass got a hand onto that one, and he knows it as that one just snuck under his hand. But Hoindo does get the goal, and we continue. Miguel Brosel, he came on as a substitute. As again, the tomfoolery between both keepers going on who gets to handle the ball is continuing on, and I think the referee is saying to both goalkeepers, okay, that's enough. As he gets set up for Brosel's take. Brosel, top corner. Brilliant penalty. Love that take. The Hartog got up high to try to reach that one, but just couldn't reach that. The tough one. Daniel Carvalho for OSU. He must score again to keep this alive. And Carvalho off the post and in. Very nice. Couldn't keep it any closer, could Carvalho, but no goalkeeper is reaching that one as he gets the inner side of the post and in, and we're all square again. Spencer Leonard to the other center back. As here comes again conversation with the referee with both goalkeepers. As Leonard will now be stepping up. As we're at 5 apiece after 7 shooters. We're on the 8th. And it looks like the Hartog might have been saying some words there towards the player, and he will get a yellow card. And you know what? If you aren't getting a yellow card as a goalkeeper, means a penalty kick situation. And it's over the bar! And I was just saying there, as a goalkeeper, you're putting in the pressure on the player coming in, and you're doing everything you can to get in towards the player's head. And the Hartog got that one, and Leonard fires it over the goal. And Glass saying, no, you get the ball. He's telling Nathan Aquilina, giving the player more time to think about where he's going to shoot. Aquilina with the second opportunity now for the boys under 17 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield. Can Aquilina put it home for OSU? And Aquilina gets the goal! And the Charity Shield for the boys under 17 OPDL will go to Ottawa South United after a thrilling 2-all draw. It was a great game between both teams, and it went to sudden death situation in penalty kicks. And Aquilina puts home the final one on the 8th take. And it was a brilliant match between both teams as you take a look at the celebrations. And what I loved First thing was Austin Wood going towards goalkeeper Liam Glass. The goalkeepers appreciating one another. Can't fault Glass, an unbelievable display, and what a match here between both teams. They did everything they did. They put it all out here on the pitch. And it was a thrilling match between the two teams. As you can see, the two teams shaking hands, as we will be very shortly. After shaking hands, we'll be seeing the awards ceremonies as well as post-game interview. We'll give you a few moments. We'll figure out who's going to be here for you guys shortly. But at the end of the day, great sportsmanship we saw between these two squads. And both teams, you give a round of applause towards the fans who traveled all the way here for this game. I'd like to congratulate them on that. And it looks like we're going to have Ben out here on the field. It looks like he has found the hero, the substitute man himself. Coming onto an injury substitution was goalkeeper Aiden DeHartog. And it looks like we're going to be having a post-game interview with the OSU keeper who came in clutch here very shortly. So definitely going to be an exciting way to find out what he's got to have to say about his tense moments having to come in that type of moment. So we're going to throw it now down towards Ben. He's with Aiden DeHartog. Gotta go quicker.
Wonderful. I'm here with the player of the match presented by O'Neill's. Aiden, how's it feel to be a Gary Miller Charity Shield finalist, a champion?
It's crazy. You know, I didn't think I was going to play. Didn't expect to play. And going in just a little stressful, but go to penalties. I know I did it in semis, I did it in nationals, so I knew I could do it again.
It was an absolute whirlwind of a game. Goals on each side, a red card early, penalty shoots. How are you feeling emotionally after this roller coaster of a W?
Crazy, very happy. This team's worked really hard. Got a lot of younger guys, so credit goes to them. They did an amazing job.
And last question: how do you think your season went, and how do you think you guys will do next year?
This team's they got a lot of good players, so they're gonna do amazing. And season went well. Just happy, so happy.
Congratulations, Aiden, and congratulations to Ottawa. Our O'Neill's player of the match, Aiden.
Thank you.
Congrats, man.
Thank you so much for that, Ben, as he had a great interview there with Aiden DeHartog. As we're going to be rounding things up here very shortly, it will be the award ceremony, so I'll leave you in the words of the PA announcer, but this has been Martin Ohms here. I'd like to thank, of course, all the production staff doing a fantastic job for everybody watching in at home. But don't go anywhere. We're having 2 more games coming up, but this has been the Boys Under 17 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield, and the final score, Ottawa South United on penalties after a 2-2 draw with Toronto High Park FC. Awards and presentations up next, folks. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.